Hey guys, welcome to J-Plays. I'm Iceman, and this is my latest devblog on my work on Nanatama Chronicle of Dungeon Maker, or as I like to call it, Dungeon Maker 3, because that's what it is, as far as I'm concerned. In all shapes and forms, it's just Dungeon Maker 3 anyway. For the Sony PSP. Okay. Now, it's been quite a bit of time since the last devblog video. I've been working on this project on and off, taking some time for other things, do some gaming and, whatever, but, here and there I've been incrementally going through and slowly translating more. For a long time there wasn't a lot to translate, but it's in bits and bobs, so let's go. This one doesn't have as much of great big news as the previous one. There's been no, let me think. Hasn't been much. I haven't heard anything back from the person that was giving me code responsible for improving the text display functions or anything like that. Nothing against him. I just haven't heard anything back since then. So yeah, so it's been primarily just me going through and trying to translate as best I can the text in the game up to the new font sizes, well, to text display sizes that we've got access to. And slowly, bit by bit, cruising this game much more towards the final end game to see what happens. But that's still a little bit away, but some good progress has been made, as I said. Okay, so in the previous video, we went up to, I think, the beginning of day number 167. So at the start of that day, and if you remember me saying at the end of the last video, we had, so day number 167. So we had the morning part done, which was letter number 18 that you encounter in the game, and the title of Gourmet, which you can see. Where's Gourmet? That was this one. So just as before, unfortunately I can't make changes to these type of display stuff yet. It's due to a bug in the translation code stuff. Doesn't like single byte stops, that's what's preventing me at the moment from going in deeper and putting everything to new lengths. But most things can be done. It's just here and there there's bits that I can't, purely based on the limitations of it at the moment. If that gets fixed later, then things like that will be done too. We still have only uppercase letters displayed in this primarily, or at least that's how I'm displaying it at the moment. Okay, for the dungeon, there was 4 new items that were translated. The first, let me see, so the first is Demon Bracelet. Let me find where that would be under. That should be here. There you go, Demon Bracelet. Evil Robe is the next one. Oh, that rings a bell. Evil Robe. There we go, Evil Robe, that one. Oh, okay, I gotta fix that. So that one was translated. I don't like that one. Magic Robe worn by Kobo Mages. I'm sure that displayed fine when I was testing it. Alright, give me a second, I'm gonna pause and fix that one. Okay, there we go, we fixed this one up now. Okay, where was I up to? Give me a sec. Where's my... Okay. Picking up where we left off. So it's Evil Robe. So that's being translated. Unfortunately couldn't put the full description in there, purely down to the limitations of the space that I've got left available. Golden Bullhorn was the next one. That'll be under root materials. I think that's this one. Golden Horn. And Magic Dagger was the next one. There we go. Oh, this one too. Ah, god damn it. Alright, just give me a minute. Alright, back again. Okay, so that's fixed now. So there's Magic Dagger. As I go through this, I'll be fixing things if we can't encounter any more of these. You never know. It's because you have so much room that's available when you look at something in the item screen, but when you go into the gear file screen or equipment file screen, you got much less, space limitations. This is where I need the original first two games font to have much more room to play with. Anyways, hopefully that will be at a later point in time. Okay, so that was Magic Dagger. Then that was it for the dungeon. I'm returning back to town. One conversation with Elena and one with Sophia was translated. Then next up was Almighty Ring. I think that's from one of the titles, maybe? Let's see. You see in here, you got as much room as you want. Okay, Almighty Ring, where are you? There we go. Almighty Ring, a ring that makes you stronger. That was translated. Then that was it for day number 167. And by the way, this is going to go all the way to day number 186. So we've still got a bit of ways to go. Okay, so day number 168 then was starting up. For this one letter, the 19th letter you get in the game, was translated, and the new title of High Warrior was translated. This is if you get strength and solidarity up to 200 plus. And that took a lot of work to unlock, but that's this one here. High Warrior, yep. And also there's a ring that's attached to that as well. There it is. A ring that boosts strength and soul. So that is the High Warrior ring. So that is the ring that you get for getting the High Warrior title. Okay, that was it for the morning. Nothing new in the dungeon was encountered. And nothing new for coming back to town. Then we skip ahead a bit. Because days number 169 to 175, nothing new encountered in all that time. Then we jump to day number 176. Nothing in the morning. One new item was translated in the dungeon. This is one of the food items that dropped. So that was dropped from... So it's red dragon meat. Where are we? There we go, red dragon puppy meat. So that was translated. One conversation in the evening was translated with the professor. One new meal was translated, deep fried red dragon. It's the morning, so I can't show you, but that was translated. And one new monster research was translated, which is the red dragon puppy. That is under beast. There you go, this one here, that was translated. From days, then after that, that was it for day number 176. From 177 to 179, nothing new was translated. for day number 180, nothing in the morning. Then in the dungeon, 2 new items were translated. Both of them were related to this same enemy. So you can actually see it on the entries here. So we have Red Dragon's Horn. That's a root item. A root material item. So was it Red Dragon's Horn? There you go, Red Dragon's Horn. And Red Dragon's Scale, which is our armor enhancement material. Or armor reinforcement, whatever. Red Dragon's Scale... That is this one. That's translated. And nothing new in the evening. From days number 181 to 182, so we're skipping ahead very quickly. Nothing new was translated. For day number 182, one conversation with Claire was translated, and one with Sophia relating to quest hints for a new quest that you get. So a new quest that you get at on that day was 7 colored stone. So that is... That is this one. Again, unfortunately, I can't make changes to these ones. Because of the way that the game's code works with the hex code, I can't make changes to these ones just yet. Hopefully that will be at a later point in time. I really want to get this all polished and looking great, but I'm severely limited in what I can do there. Alright, so 7 colored stone, that's translated in all forms. So everything you unlock from that is translated. For the dungeon, there was one new item that was translated, which was Blue Dragon Wings. I think that might be... It's probably a root material item. It's one or the other. It's either that or it's armor and reinforcement material. So was it Blue Dragon Wings? It may be a key item at this... Oh no, it wouldn't be. No, that'd be scale. Okay. Blue Dragon Horn. Okay, it might be... Might be here. There's Blue Dragon Scale, but not Blue Dragon Wings. Let's keep looking. That's... Oh, there we go. BDR Wing. So, Blue Dragon Wing. Okay, that was translated. On returning back to town, let me see. One conversation with Claire was translated, and one new monster research was translated for a new enemy that I encountered at that point. That one I'm starting to see a lot of at the moment. So that's an enemy called Victoria. It's like a more advanced version of the Valkyrie. So that is this one. So she was translated. Then we go to day number 183. One conversation in the morning was translated. Oh no, sorry. No conversations in the morning were encountered. On returning back to the dungeon, there was 3 new items that were translated. So the first is Healing Nuts. Now that drops from the healing fruit tree, whatever it's called. Healing tree or something. Let me get to food. There you go, Healing Nuts. So Healing Nuts. Storm Spear is the next one. So where's Spears? There you go. So what was it? It was called Storm Spear. There you go. Oh, another one that doesn't fit inside the box. Damn it. Alright, give me a sec. I'm gonna go and fix this one up. Okay, there you go, all done. Not the best. Again, if I'd had more space available to me for letters, then this could be a lot better. But unfortunately, the ED would, no matter what, was going to overlap into here, so that's about the best I can do. Okay, anyway, let me get that. Where are we up to? Okay, so Storm Spear. That was that one. And the next thing is Victoria's Ring. So that's dropped, obviously, by Victoria, as is the Storm Spear. Let me see, where are you? There you go. A ring that boosts attack power. So there's this one. That was it for the dungeon. On returning back to town, one conversation with Claire and one with Elena were translated. One new item was also translated in the form of the Moon Sword. God damn it. Okay. Now I gotta go fix that one. Give me a sec. Alright, that one's fixed up now. So there's the Moon Sword. Not the best, but again, limitations. Okay, so the Moon Sword. One new meal was translated in the form of the Healing Soup. That's what you get if you find the Healing Nuts for the first time. That will unlock that particular recipe that you can then have as a meal. From days number 100... That was the end of that day. So then days number 184 and 185, nothing new was... Actually, no. Day number 184, nothing new was encountered. For day number 185, and as you see, we're almost at the end already. For day number 185, one conversation with Guido was translated. That's if you happen to get one of the dragon scales that you didn't from the quest. So one thing I discovered in this time was there's a particular quest that I was talking about in the previous video, where there were wyverns that would appear based on the element day. So if you on a fire attribute day, you would get the ruby wyvern, and on water days you would get the sapphire wyvern. Now I thought that was just during the time of the quest, but they do actually still spawn outside of the quest once you've done the quest. So if you get one of the items that you didn't have the previous time around, you get even more conversation unlocked with Guido. So one of those I've translated. Let me see. For the dungeon, there was about 4 different items that were translated. Let me see. The first is the Ghost Sword Ring. Oh yeah, this is when I did the mystery dungeon. Let me see. So, what did I say? Ghost Sword Ring. This is one I just translated yesterday. There you go. That is this one. Silver Bullhorn is the next one. So that's definitely a root material, this one. What was it? Silver Bullhorn. There you go. That is this one. Silver Leather is the next one. That's an armor reinforcement material. So, Silver Leather. There you go, is that one. So that's translated. And the last is White Weasel's Scythe. That is a root material. So White Weasel's Scythe. This might take me a little while to find. Oh, that's this one. So that's this one. Okay, that was it for the dungeon. On returning back to town, one conversation with Elena was translated, and 3 new monsters were researched. Because on this trip to the mystery dungeon, I was able to encounter 3 new enemy types. So those ones here. So these are Dimension Door. I said mystery dungeon. What I meant to say was Dimension Door. So let me see. So the next one is Silverhorn. So that's a new type of bull type that you encounter. There you go, Silverhorn. There's this one. So that's all translated. Now the next one I think is also a beast. Now the in-game, well, in the hexadecimal code, what it called this next one is Syro Kemaitadi. Try saying that 10 times. Okay, let's see if we can find it. I'm pretty damn sure it's a beast. Should be here. There we go. That is this one. So that one was encountered. And the last is Wonder Flamberge. So that is here. That is this one here. That's translated now in game. So if you do encounter any of these types of new enemies, you can rest assured if you get the latest version of this patch, which will be released after I upload this video, you'll be able to. If you encounter these things, you'll see them in English, at least. Or Englishy, anyway. Okay, now. That takes us into our final day, which is day number 186. So on day 186, one conversation with Guido was translated. The 20th letter that you can get in the game was translated. A new item, which is the magic root, was translated. I probably still have this in my inventory at the moment. There you go, magic root. That is this one. Let's see if it appears the same on the equipment page. Now, I haven't tested this, so this might actually be too small for it. We'll see. Oh no, it should be fine. Cool, that's alright. And the next title that I got unlocked in the game, which is Monster Hunter. No connection to the other game series of the same name. I've yet to actually play any of those games. Anyways, so that is this one. That's translated. And that's, yeah, so we're running short on titles that I need to try and unlock in the game to get the text translated for them. If you're curious, let me see. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 titles left that I need to unlock in the game. And then we've got all the titles translated. If you're curious, the ones I'm aiming for at the moment, there's Chef Koi Yaru. You need to get 39 different meals learned total. The next is Dungeon King. You need to get a dungeon rating of 3000. So if we're checking where I am on these things, so recipes 34. So I still need to get another 5 to get that one. Dungeon King, you need a dungeon rating of 3000 plus. That is this one here, where it says rate. So I'm 1879 on my dungeon. Got ages to go, still need another 1200 to get that one. I don't know if I'll get that done. High Wizard is the next one. So you need to get Intelligence and Wisdom past 200. I've nearly got Intelligence up to 200. It takes a long time to get both of them up. So I'm working on that at the moment. Next is King Questa, that you need to complete 60 plus quests to get that one. I've only completed 46, so I still need to complete another 14 before I get that one. And Monster Master, So you need to discover 250 types of monsters. So if you see here, that's this number here. So I need to encounter another 49 different types of monsters before I get that one. Oh my god. That's ages away. And Treasure Master, which is to discover 700 different types of items. Annoyingly, in here, that's like the one rating in this record screen that it doesn't actually give you the whole title. I mean, the whole total for. So, I think I'm somewhere around 600 and... I think I've got about 613. So, I still got quite a ways to go on that one too. Okay. Other than that, I'm just working on trying to unlock all the different gear that you can make with the blacksmith. Well, I'm down to about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I need to make those, and then I've completed those too. Alright, so as I said, so this will be released in the next demo update. You'll even have the changes you saw me just do this just then. The beauty of the files that were handed to like the new translation tools that I was given is that now, like, once I know where to put the code, it's so much faster than before. Like, yes, the conversations I still need to do in the hex code, but there are a lot of other things that I can do much more quickly, like item names and monster text, monster names, and a whole bunch of other things. So I can do those fixes within seconds. As I did, like, when each time you saw me pause the video just before, I literally was like spending like a minute or two changing some stuff in a text file and then testing it and then, you know, iterating through that until it look good again. So that just takes a couple of minutes, where before that stuff would take me quite some time. So it's much faster. I still need to do the initial translations in the hex code to get the addresses, and I like to just do it manually the first time. But after that, it's all good. Yeah, also, if you're curious, so I'm slowly working on getting all my dungeon levels up to max to unlock the, you know, like the maximum habitat level that you can get, because habitat level determines what type of monsters you get. And there's still quite a considerable amount of monsters that I haven't even encountered in the game. So if I'm to see all of them, I'm going to need to continue working on my dungeon. But I've got up to about level 14 done max. I may as well, I'll quickly show you some of what you can expect. Rather than just listening to me talking about all the changes, I'll quickly show you what's possible. So here we go. I haven't started on the 19th yet. So I've got the first 14 all maxed out. So if you see here, as you see, each one's going up in twos. So I've got these all maxed out. So up to 14th I've got maxed. Currently working on the 15th to get that maxed. So there's only like that and 2 more that I need to max, and then it's on to 19 and the road to the end of the game. Like whatever the final battle is, and if there's any end game content. I'm betting there probably is. Especially since if they want you to have a dungeon rating of 3000, you know, there must be a lot more content. So let me show you what... So here's my 18th floor. This is the one I get the most action on, like as far as the new monsters. So this one's habitat level is now 36. I got a funny feeling the max habitat level might be like 40 or 45 or something. It depends how many levels, like floors, are after this. Now most of this you'll have seen before. I'm currently working on doing all the levels of the... That's another thing too. I'm trying to max out all the weapon skills to unlock all the skills like that you unlock for each of them. I'm down to just the ninja sword and the staff. I've got everything else done at this point, I think. So let's see if I can encounter some new enemies to show you. If I walk around here long enough, we'll probably encounter Victoria and maybe the golden bullhorn. I think I showed that in the previous video. Those are just blue Elrons, or whatever you call them. if you want to get the golden bullhorns, yeah, I've got to come to rooms like this, the water pond. And if you're in the dimension door, same thing, but you'll get the silver ones. Now, if you want Victorias to appear, you need to have intelligence rooms. Here we go. So this is one of the new enemy types that unlocks once you get up to about habitat level 35. I haven't been able to get her to drop all her items drops yet. There's that storm spear I was talking about before. Let me just bump up the volume level. Standard enemy type as well. That's about the only main one that's unlocked at this point in time. You can hear me about the volume of the game. I think... yeah, it was in the previous patch. I was going to say, just remember that all these things, if you're using the expanded text versions, you can have all these menus looking far more like they should. So make sure you're using the expanded version. If you're not sure how to apply all those things, please refer to my previous video on how to apply the patches. Because it is a bit different now in how to apply them. Yeah, the rest of these are pretty standard enemies that you see. Alright, let me pop the volume down again. Alright, so let me show you again how you go about applying the patches for this. So in the previous ones, it was just a matter of just grabbing the eboot.bin that I would put in the zip. But this time around, I've included that file in a folder with the demo files. The key things... let me see. I'll have to switch the window over to... Give me a sec. Where's command prompt? No, doesn't want to work. Actually, I can show my screen actually. There you go. So I'll have to close this first. So when you get the files for the release, like in the demo that I release, each of these comes with. So you need to get your own copy of the game. I'm not including it in this because that would be illegal. So I'm not doing that. But you need to get a untranslated Japanese ROM of the game. And then name it something like this. That file there won't be there. this file will be in the patch, like in the next demo thingy. Now, when you've put your Japanese file here and you've got this with the release, that's pretty much all you need to do. Oh, well, not all you need to do. Then you need to go in the command prompt, navigate to where the computer, like where this is on your system. And the important thing is you need to run this command. So build.py. You do need to have Python installed. All that's included like in the README file stuff of what you need to do. But you need to install Python. I went through this in detail in the previous video of like what you need to do. So I'm sort of not going in depth this time around. But you need to do this first. And this will set up a file with the expanded text stuff enabled. Now, once it finishes doing that, that'll disappear. You then, as long as you're in the location where you need to be, you need to navigate where this is, okay? You need to be in that location. That's where I am in my command prompt. So from here, just hit, I just do A and then tab. It's just like apply updates.bat. Run that. And that's it. Because I've tested all these things, as long as everything is where it should be, then as long as you've done the you must do the previous step first to build the file. After you've built it, you'll then have this file here. Okay? Now, what will happen is each time you apply the patches, it's going to recreate this every single time. Now, but make sure you do both of those in sequence. Then you can just simply just open up your emulator. I go to where I've got the finished one. Need to load this one to run. All the menu buttons, I'm hoping at a later point in time to fix as well. Anyway, you'll know it's working if you go in here and you start seeing all these things like this. If it's all in Japanese, then that means you haven't done something properly. Okay? But that's the basics of it, okay? If you need any assistance with running of those things, just let me know in the comments. I'm happy to provide pointers on what you need to do. But I'm not going to be... because I already had some people commenting and asking if I could just release the patched version online. That'd be illegal for me to put up ROMs of, games on the internet, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just doing this as a passion project, as a massive fan of the Dungeon Maker games. But if you followed the steps in the previous video, you should be all good. Just do the same. All you need to basically do is grab this latest one, and you could probably just do apply. As in just doing this. And by the way, you can do this as many times as you want. It doesn't mess with anything. So, yeah, and once you've done that, you're basically good to go, and you should be able to run that Nanatama VWF stable ISO as your patched one that works. And then you can basically just play this as I've currently translated up to. Yeah, okay. So as per usual, what would I really need at this point? I would really like to have the lowercase font table totally implemented in the game, and I would much prefer to have the original first two games text font that they use, because it would give me much more available screen space. If you've got skills in this kind of area, I do provide the patch files with these releases. So if you make an enhanced, like if you have the skills in that, and you can make an advanced one that actually has the full proper lowercase support, even in the Romanized text, that would be a massive improvement. Preferably though, I want the fonts, like the font of the previous two games, because it'll give me so much more screen space that I can play with, while still looking fine at the same time. Other than that, if you want to support the project, you can always subscribe to this channel on YouTube, as well as I have Patreon if you want to offer your support through that. That's totally it. Like, I'm not trying to push anyone, I'm just telling you what there is. Okay? So that was the latest devblog on my work on Nanatama Chronicle of Dungeon Maker / Dungeon Maker 3. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll probably have a couple more levels maxed out in my dungeon, getting the habitat level higher to gain access to more stuff. But I'll see you guys then when we get onto that. Guys, have a good one.